Here's the crack.
How's it going, people? Welcome back to another episode of the Here's the Crack podcast. Get psyched, it's another solo episode. In the basket. What are we thinking? Vibes are not immaculate.
Do you have to say it's a solo episode every time?
Well, I don't say it every time.
You do.
Every
You do.
What?
Welcome back to another solo episode.
I don't say it.
You do.
I say,
You
how's it going, people? Welcome back to another episode of the Here's the Crack podcast. Right, then play it back, mister.
Go back and listen to every one.
That's alright. You know what? We'll do that straight after. Do you want me to read? Do you want me to
6 hours?
Do you want me to retake it?
No,
Just to suit you.
It's done now, like.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to just yet another episode of the Here's the Crack podcast. Nothing really special about it. Can't really say if it's a solo.
Special's you.
Yeah.
One big repeater.
Yeah.
Repeating yourself.
Fucker. Anyway,
Anyway.
how is it going? The weather. Let's talk about the weather.
Oh, here we go. This is good.
Let's talk about the weather.
Jeez.
Where has this
Just
came
someday,
from?
like,
square growing weather, hey.
What are we?
That's the day for cutting some grass.
What are we thinking?
That's
In genuine, like,
start of silage season, hey.
That's day for the barbecue, a few beers out the back.
obviously,
Some stretching evenings, boys.
the weather this week in Northern Ireland has been
Phenomenal.
chef's kiss. Chef's kiss.
Fabulous.
What have you been up to, Shay?
I cleaned my car Monday.
Your car's cleaning you.
Yeah,
actually.
and now today my
Yeah,
car is
yeah.
fucking cleaning me, like.
Shay just got a mechanic bill
No
Um,
stag for you.
an hour before the podcast. We've sat down to record, and
Are you going to
let's
guess where you're going?
it's put a wee bit.
Another guess. Another week, another guess. What are you going? Where are we going?
What?
Guessing where the pot.
Oh, yeah.
So I've established that it's somewhere warm.
No, it's not.
Yeah, like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Wouldn't you like to know,
What
weather
are we
boy?
Go, no, we guess. Go.
Go.
No,
Go
I'm not
guess.
guessing. It's
You have to guess.
You're supposed to guess
where
every
did you
week.
where did you guess last time?
I don't think
Uh,
it'll guess. No,
I think I
I'm
said
guessing.
Mallorca,
Mallorca. Oh, no. Where are we going?
Ibiza.
No. We're not that rich.
There we go then.
I actually priced Ibiza, didn't I?
We did.
And you only go Thursday to Tuesday because the flights.
Don't do flights.
You either have to go a week or 5 days, and you're like, no.
Definitely not now.
Go party
Bank
with Wayne
says
Lineker.
no.
Yes, go. Let's go. I'll know whenever we get on the plane.
Yeah.
Realistically,
I hope
like,
If you're getting on the plane,
when you hand me the boarding pass, I'll be like,
we'll
right,
get to
away
the
we go.
airport and we're like, we've booked you the boat.
Yeah.
The slow
How-
boat.
There you go.
How funny would that be?
Hilarious.
You get there the day we are leaving.
Anyway, the weather, it would make you not want to leave.
Oh,
Precious.
22 degrees it was today.
it's cute, hey.
22 degrees. Sure, where would you get it? Where
Spain.
would you get it? Anywhere else?
Spain.
Bar here. Anyway, if you're listening to this right now, drop us a wee message. What have you been getting up to?
What sounded a bit sus?
What?
Drop us a wee message.
Why do you look into everything I say?
You feeling a bit lonely?
Yeah. Drop me a wee,
DMs a
drop
bit
me a wee
empty.
message. DM is open.
Ross's DMs are open. Wedding cancelled.
Wedding cancelled.
Speaking of cancelled,
Oh.
what about Philip Schofield?
Oh, a segue.
Waiting up.
Segue.
I just hopped on the segue.
He hopped.
The man is waiting for his moment. Like.
Bit
I
sus.
don't think I want to get into it because it's a bit
grey area.
It's a bit
like his hair.
like
Ew.
says you.
Why is it you
Yeah.
bully
We
me?
always used to refer to you as Philip Schofield. We can't do that.
Don't
you
be-
can't
don't
do
be
that.
at that age. Don't
No.
want
No.
HR in the
No.
case.
No.
Human resources.
Yeah,
Dodgy.
mad, but it looks bad on ITV, like, because apparently people knew.
No why?
They knew, and then Eamon Holmes has been going ham.
He's not
Eamon
being a
Holmes
happy
has
boy.
been ripping him to shreds.
He is homing in on him.
Oh.
Got him.
Just
I love how you take the piss out of me for saying it's a solo episode and
That's
get your
funny.
pun city over here.
Absolute
No.
banter. So yeah, Eamon Holmes has been ripping into him, like. But apparently, I think there's a bit of bad blood because apparently Ruth, the wife who used to host it with Eamon, is the one who like formally complained to the ITV bosses like 2019
about what?
about Philip Schofield and the stuff going on nearby.
So it was swept under the rug.
Apparently, yeah.
I think what the situation that he's in at the minute is he's obviously struck up some form of relationship with this
Young boy.
young boy.
Young fella.
But this happened, like, I'm not accusing anybody of anything, so let's get that straight here.
No.
But the whole thing is basically
Nobody knows the facts.
nobody
There's no facts.
here. There's three sides to the story.
1, 2, 3.
What? Exactly.
Bang.
But
We'll go back to the start.
let's rewind.
So basically, apparently what's happened is, we'll not go into all that shit, but basically Ruth complained 2019,
Yeah.
got the carpet, swept it under, nothing was done. But where it all went tits up is the young boy left this morning ITV, and apparently he was going to a journalist.
Not a young boy now.
Well, whatever. He's what, 20, you say?
20 odd,
19,
yeah.
20. So apparently he left, went to a journalist and was like, I'm going to out Schofield, because apparently he was having an affair and all with the wife before. And then when that happened is when he came out on ITV.
Yeah.
With Holly Willoughby.
Holly Willoughby.
Boobies.
Done the whole it was a big press thing.
Yeah.
And apparently Eamon Holmes, nobody really knew what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like they thought that was genuine, but it was actually because apparently a newspaper had the dirt on him.
Mm-hmm.
And he was sort of had to do it or it was going to be outed.
So he was getting the jump on them?
Yeah, so then all this shit's came out over the past couple of weeks, as everyone's probably seen, and ITV, he had basically, I don't watch this morning, but apparently there was a week they sort of tried to keep going, and it was awkward as fuck the whole week. Him and Holly, whatever, apparently have fallen out and all, and she didn't know, she said. But it's got bad because his agent have came out and said he lied to them and basically told them all this wasn't true.
Right.
So they've dropped him, so his agents have dropped him.
That's not good.
And they've came out and publicly said that, and he's since resigned from this morning.
Yeah.
And Eamon is going home on GB News and all.
Yeah.
Because I think that's a big reason why they left, is because nothing was done type of thing.
I think at some stage you have to work out that the silence is deafening. Saying nothing is saying a lot.
But do you
know what I mean?
The big conversation now is do you just scrap this morning altogether?
No.
No?
No.
Do you not think there's any saving it?
But what do you mean?
Because there's no
it's not just
apparently
Philip who's
everyone
got the bad press, it's the whole of ITV.
apparently they've lost hundreds of thousands of viewers and all. Because it's the thing that damaging them now is they knew and they done nothing about it. And
I think if they knew, then that's an ITV thing. It's not just, then you have to look at the whole network as a whole.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But do you just keep going? Do you just keep surely Holly has to go now? To me, you have to just clean house.
It's mad though that this is what happens. That you imagine if she didn't know anything. It's so hard. You could speculate to hear the cows come home. But if she didn't know, then her career's up the.
So you don't know
the shitter because of that.
You don't know.
Do you think she knew?
I feel like it would be, if they were as close as the lad on, it'd be hard not to know. So Eamon Holmes came out and done this interview. This is all just what he's saying. He's came out and done an interview and basically said that the lad was getting taxis from Schofield's house to this ITV studio and stuff. And he was like if ITV were paying for them, how did they not know?
Yeah. But surely, would he have had to say where he was getting the taxi from? Maybe he was just invoicing them saying, look, I got a taxi from my house.
Well, that's what Eamon Holmes said. He was unless he was paying for himself. But the other thing is, apparently the young boy was getting promotions that were unheard of. He basically went up the ranks, and it was sort of Philip was pulling the strings.
I read a really good article the other day by a particular journalist, and it was basically along the lines of you imagine that this was a big shot in whatever company, and basically started a relationship. And when I say relationship, I don't mean a romantic relationship. I just mean any sort of friendly thing up with a young girl. And then this series of events happened. I think people would be that's very, that's sus. I think it's whatever, even if this is an innocent thing, and obviously they met whenever your man was he was a wee boy, he was 15.
He was 10.
And then I suppose that you look at it now and it's right, he's older or whatever, and something it's still not, it's you need to just know this isn't,
people knew
this isn't right.
Do you know how long was he working there? He was working there as well.
In terms of legalities though, is he doing anything wrong?
Well, there's not. That's the thing. It's all sort of hearsay. There's no evidence of anything. It's more just to talk about like
It's a agreement aspect, isn't it? But I suppose how do you prove that? Like if
it's all just hearsay. Like,
It's conjecture.
yeah.
do you know? But it's hard not to talk about because we're getting back to the news.
Mm.
Anyway, speaking of young boys, there's a tech billionaire, 45, who spends $2 million a year trying to reverse his age.
Reverse
Reverse his age.
Reverse.
So
He's
he
now-
wants to be. He's got an
Rewind.
18-year-old son, and he wants to be like
More-
lock his age. So like he takes like dozens of vitamins a day.
Cool.
He's like got this machine that like makes it. It's like the equivalent of doing like 50,000 sit-ups in like 30 minutes.
He's
Does it for him?
What do you mean?
Yeah, it's like a thing you strap on to your like midsection, sort of like an electric.
Is that thing Ronaldo sponsors? Like?
I think it's probably more expensive than that, but it's
my
not sort of the
days.
same idea. But like, apparently he's got the lungs of an 18-year-old.
All right.
I'm trying to look up this picture of him here.
Well, most 18-year-olds now are probably like
That's him?
are
Yeah,
vaping away. Like.
that's him.
Yeah.
He doesn't look 18.
Let me
So
see.
He wakes up at 5 o'clock.
Oh my.
He has an hour-long workout with 25 exercises. He takes dozens of supplements. He applies 7 skin creams. And then he eats a strictly vegan diet. Has 6 blood tests. This is his daily routine. Like
6
on
blood
some
tests.
days, MRIs, ultrasounds, and colonoscopies.
He's not getting the thing shoved up your arse.
Yeah.
But he's taking the plasma from his son's blood. He's 18 and
man.
injecting it into himself. And he takes a liter of his son's blood, and his son takes a liter of his blood.
So son's
Well,
gonna be older than
so
him.
he's basically aging his. Well, you can't age someone, but like.
So he and his doctors say he has reduced his overall biological age by more than 5 years, and now he has the heart of a 37-year-old, the skin of a 28-year-old, and the lung capacity and fitness of an 18-year-old.
Cool.
What age is he?
I don't get it. Like I don't get what he's trying to
He's
achieve.
40. He's trying to de-age himself.
So he has
No,
to.
but-
He wants to live forever.
Yeah, but you imagine, right? You just read out his routine there, right?
Yeah.
Imagine how much stress that man's going under just by trying to stick to that routine. That'll age him. That'll age him. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know?
He's a billionaire, like, and he spends $2 million a year.
He's a cock.
That's
He-
mental,
he-
man.
he could end up getting killed in a car crash or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Imagine spending all that
Aye,
money.
but here, at least he looked young.
Here, he
Yeah.
looked good in the coffin.
I'm
But if
telling
there
you.
was an age where you could stop aging, what age would you want that to be?
No.
Looks wise, or like
Just looks.
just continue doing everything you done at that age. So looks wise, probably like 22, 3.
Would you?
Yeah, I think if it was 25, your collagen stops and you start getting wrinkles and stuff.
Oh.
So that's the start of it. Well,
Fun.
on average though. So maybe a wee bit younger, like 22, 23.
Right, stop now.
So I suppose that's your age.
Would you?
anyway,
I don't think
24.
I don't think I am 24. I wouldn't
Some
want to get
people
any.
age well, though.
Would you say you
look
peaked?
Look at the likes of Steve Carell, though. Look at George Clooney.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but
Men generally age better, like-
age well. Like, so it's like you're risking.
yeah, but I know, but like you, like, are they fit? Are they physically fit?
Well, he's fucking jacked, like.
Who?
This way.
I'm not taking him out of the equation because you like you've asked us what age we would stop aging at.
Yeah.
We don't have £2 million. Like he's not stopped
maybe
aging.
someday.
He's just trying to
de-age himself.
stupid. Man. That is
He
ridiculous.
says he wants, like, you know, when you're like kids will be like, when I grow up, I want to just be like you, Dad. He's like, when I grow up, I want to be like you, son. I want to be the same as you. And you're like,
That's ridiculous.
This man's
behaviour.
fucked in
I
the
would
head. Who
stop.
gives this
Mental,
man
like,
money?
I
like?
would stop aging now.
but do you think like there will be a time where you can stop it? Like will people? There'll be like a medicine or something.
No.
They've said in China are working on some stuff that in the next, I think it's 40 years, we're gonna be very close to immortality, or at least living to about 200.
That's the biggest.
But even the
heap
fact that
of-
like
I don't know.
he's
Oh,
taking
shit.
he's
I
taking
don't
his
know.
son's blood. Like,
Yeah.
could you imagine your dad was like, "Here, lad, I want to stop aging. Throw us a lady of your blood there."
Yeah.
Bah, fuck off.
Oh, shut up.
You've got an issue. Like,
Yeah, that's pretty fucked
You
up.
are mentally
What does the mother say about
concerned.
this? Like,
fuck, I don't know. Hey, she's probably gearing the daughter up.
she's
for
left a
some
long
blood.
time ago. She's sick of this shit. Like,
That's
Fuck
mental.
that,
But
man.
like you said, there was like, how long do you do this before it's like, right, this is getting a bit far?
You just stress yourself out.
It says many viewers of his online content compared him to Patrick Bateman from American Psycho.
Yeah.
He actually looks a bit like him.
Gives them vibes though.
Yeah. Fuck, I don't know.
That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. People are so stupid. Like, do you see the boy who spent like mad amount of money trying to make himself look like David Beckham?
Oh my god.
And he looks like nothing like David Beckham.
How you doing that surgery? It was like, yeah, lad.
Fuck.
I couldn't tell you apart. Him about 20 stone heavier as well.
How much did that man spend? Hold on.
What is it, 2 million a month?
Yeah, there he goes.
No, he spends 2 million a year. He's got a full medical suite in his house, like.
Fuck me, surely their money's gonna run out at some point, like.
A smantle.
He could be donating that to like a really good cause, like.
Yeah.
Rather than fucking.
That is a very.
He could save multiple lives rather than trying to extend his own.
It's a very selfish thing. A lot of doctors have came out and said what he's doing is impossible, and it's like nobody's meant to live like beyond 100, like.
Yeah, but there's so many factors too. Like his bones are probably aging. Like.
I'm telling you, the amount of stress you be putting your body under just by trying to do that. Like, oh, I need to go get 6 blood tests on the day. Oh, I need to wake up. I need to do this. Oh, I need to. Imagine you miss a day. Like, oh no. Oh my word, no! I have missed a day. Like, I look 19 now.
He claims to take in just under 2,000 calories a day, 19,077, ensuring his body fat hovers between 5 and 6%.
But here's the thing, right? He's doing this all to live longer, but he's not even living.
But he's 40.
Oh, that what?
My guy.
That's potentially the best thing you've ever said. Is he living? Is he living?
He's not.
But like,
it's no life.
He's 40 and he's the heart of a 37-year-old. Like he's hardly making a big impact there.
I'd say there's a lot of people who are pretty fit,
like
have the same sort of.
I think the skin thing is a bit like look at the fucking Kardashians. Like look at Kris Jenner. Like.
Yeah.
So what age is she now? Like 67 now?
Yeah.
She looks like she's 30.
Yeah.
Just because of Botox, like. I know, but you know what I mean? Like there's you can go and get shit done, like Botox and shit.
Yeah.
Like this
I'd say they probably spend the same amount of money a year and looking younger, like.
2 million.
Fuck, I wouldn't say they're awful. Like they probably have the top surgeons in the world.
Yeah. That's a fair point.
To make it look like it's all natural.
What age? You kind of alluded there. What age would you want to stop? Like, are you sort of holding out that you might have like a glow up in the future or something? Because like,
sexy 45.
I don't know. Hey, it's don't know. Like.
Pick an age.
One can
between 1 and 10.
I'd say maybe more 28 would be maybe stop. Like.
Here's one for you. Would you rather be stuck as a child, like say 10-year-old, or like a withered 80-year-old man?
Oh, Shay, that's such a complicated question.
It's not. It's simple. See, there's the pros of like being younger, more active, but then you're only going to be like, everyone around you is going to be like growing up and like.
If you're a child, you don't have freedom. If you're a child, you don't,
But at your old age, you're going to be understanding of things. You're going to have a lot of knowledge.
Well, as Tommy was saying, you could look like George Clooney whenever you're 80. So,
See you,
telling you, he's not definitely not 80 right now, you know.
Dust Till Dawn the other night, that Tarantino movie. It's fucking weird, eh?
Oh, here's more stuff on us. He once suffered an allergic reaction during a procedure in which some fat was injected into his face, causing extreme swelling. On another occasion, his body fat dropped to 3%, heightening the risk of heart malfunction.
There you go.
So
he's going to get a dodgy needle someday.
Like, he's exercising every day. What was it? He does 25 exercises, has an hour-long workout, whatever. What happens if he pulls a muscle or like he injures himself and he can't exercise for like a week or two? Like
just drop dead there. Like.
So you're back to 40. Like.
Yeah.
You're fucked.
It's just constant stress.
Oh, that'd be so depressing. Like, and is that every day? Like?
You can change outside, you can't change inside. Like. Age is going to catch up with him. Like.
Next thing you'd be like, here, son, throw us your heart.
Here, sure.
Do you know what I mean? Like how 40 you'll add him. Like, and then where's it like, here, that's maybe child abuse.
Yeah.
What do you say?
The son's 18. Like, what's surely his son gets to age where he's like, fuck off.
I know, right?
I'm away to the pub.
Go fuck yourself, lad.
His blood's full of alcohol. What do you do then?
Yeah.
Right enough, I suppose he's relying on his son to have like a healthy lifestyle.
Surely there's a lot of pressure on him. Like,
yeah. I think he just keep having kids so he can.
He's like, Daddy, I can't donate my blood today. What?
But is that like, is that stem cell shit not just as good as that? Like,
I have no idea, mate.
If they implant like stem cells into your spine or whatever,
We're
they can regrow a brand new
went
spine.
so deep into this topic, it's unreal.
It's about age, isn't it? That's what's happening in the world.
So
It's illegal.
So on the topic of your guy paying $14,000 to look like David Beckham, who would you, if you had unlimited money and someone said you can look like this guy, who would you go for?
Probably myself.
Wow.
How did I not see that coming? What about you, Tommy? You definitely go Bradley Cooper.
100%.
Really?
I think I actually would. But
Who'd
he's
you go?
aged well as well. Like, there you go. He's a handsome bastard, though.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Who would you go?
I think we know. Starts with Tom, ending Hardy.
Yeah, I would. No. I would want the.
She already looks like Tom Hardy. So.
Dead on. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want the height though. He's quite a small individual. I wouldn't want to be tiny now.
What height's he?
So
He's
you
like
would
5
rather be your height
And look like Tom Hardy.
than look like Tom Hardy.
But I
Yeah.
don't think it wouldn't be the same because I think because he's smaller, he looks more
Jacked.
butch like.
Yeah, fair. It's like you.
Yeah, thanks. I'm like an inch smaller than him. Go fuck yourself. I
Anyway,
think you're a big lad. Like.
Moving on.
I was
Go outside.
I was perusing on the internet this week and I found this article coming out of India. I think this is crazy, right?
Right.
So like, have you ever like been on a boat or been on somewhere and thought, flip, if I drop my phone, I'd never get that back again? Right? This guy, right? 2 million litres of water drained from a reservoir in search for phone dropped by Indian official taking a selfie. So basically, this Indian government official, he's been suspended now, but he basically ordered a reservoir to be drained so he could find his phone, right?
Fuck.
So he's a food inspector.
Right. What?
Yeah.
What?
He's a food inspector, right? He dropped his Samsung smartphone.
A Samsung
probably a
is way-
sign,
let
like,
it go, like.
See, if you had iCloud, it wouldn't have mattered.
in Kolkata Dam while taking a selfie. And the Times of India newspaper reported that over 3 days, more than 2 million litres of water were pumped from the reservoir so
3
he could
days?
retrieve the phone. But when they got the phone was waterlogged.
So
they couldn't actually get anything from the
No
phone,
shit.
right? So
They just fill the reservoir with rice.
so
and
basically like
For you tripod.
basically like he first asked divers to search for the phone and basically said like, you need to find this phone, it contains sensitive government data. If the phone contains sensitive government data, what the hell are you doing out at a reservoir taking selfies, like?
Fair.
Do you know what I mean, like? And then
You tell him.
just chilling with the nuclear codes.
when they could not find it, he asked for the reservoir to be emptied using diesel pumps. The water emptied from the dam would be enough to irrigate at least 1,500 acres of land.
What is like what was the purpose of this reservoir? Though? Like what has he really done?
So India, like this is in India. So India is literally one of the world's most water stressed countries.
Yeah.
Like mad temperatures and everything. And basically like these extreme temperatures, like this article says, like it's led to severe water scarcity, causing crop losses, forest fires and power cuts. So like,
Was it worth it?
like that's the thing. Like, so there's
That's a good marketing opportunity for
there's-
Samsung there. Like phones so good
yeah.
will fucking cause natural disasters.
But he was a food, like he worked with food. Like, how is
How's
there
that got any
how is
relevance?
there
like?
sensitive government data on that there? Like?
I suppose it's not really a matter of he just wanted it. It was probably if it got into the wrong hands, isn't it?
What?
You know,
Surely
if
someone
someone else found it, he didn't want anyone else to find it. It probably wasn't like a selfish reason.
must have been sensitive stuff. Like.
Like what? The recipe to flipping some curry?
This
I think not.
Wow, that's racist.
Is definitely not. Like. But like, I read this the other night and I was like, I cannot even, like, I don't understand this. Like you imagine dropping your phone, it's just like it's gone.
Bye bye.
What did and you should have seen the photo of the
Nobody's
phone.
not as financially, I don't know, rich as you.
Well, you know, here. How'd you get up to work? How would you get up to work today?
So
honey?
after
it's just-
Shay got that fucking car bill,
I'm
if he
telling
lost
you
his
something,
phone, maybe some reservoirs
no.
drained.
I'd fucking get in with a bucket, hey.
He'd be cleaning out Clay Lake.
Have it emptied in 3 days. With a shovel.
I just am so confused as to the whole matter. Like imagine going that hard just to.
Who paid for this?
Probably the government.
Surely one of the guys was like, lad, get a fucking grip.
Yeah, no.
One of the divers was like,
He must have been well up in the like thing to order that.
He must have had some sort of authority.
I thought that was absolute madness.
That's mad.
Fair play to him, man.
Like, and I was actually putting this into perspective, like, because me and Lucinda were up there not too long ago. We'd done a wee walk around Alton Hinch Dam, big reservoir. You imagine me, a government official, rating food. Oh, got a couple of Mary Berry secret recipes on there. Oh, drop the phone.
So
here, NI water. Is that you? Get someone up here to unplug this bad boy.
Salt this river out?
That is madness. Like, it's absolutely crazy. But yeah, I thought I would share that with you today. And
hello.
so as if that's not as bad. Have you seen this thing?
Segways, you give me abuse for segways. At least I try.
Have you seen this? Have you seen
as
this
if that's
thing?
not as bad.
Shut up. Have you seen this thing now coming out of I think it's America. Yeah, it is America.
Guns.
Hold on, I'll try and
See, there's another shooting in America, in Hollywood.
What happened?
Like 8 people shot.
Who died?
I don't know if there was 8 deaths or not, like, but need to ban the guns. Like, where does it get to the stage where you're like, ban the guns?
Seen a thing, I think it might have been a senator or something was on the news the other day. He was on about there's been like, I think there's a shooting in America, a school shooting in America once a week.
Fuck off.
Yeah. He's like, that the same problem in Australia like a couple of years ago in the 90s or something.
Right.
And Australia like did 4 mass shootings and the tightened up gun laws, and there hasn't been one since. But I think there actually was one there the other day, wasn't there?
Could you imagine going to like high school back in the day and
that being an actual fear?
You having to go through metal detectors and all, like?
Yeah.
Like, what
is
it?
Crazy. I can't believe that they still...
It was Hollywood's beat shooting. 9 people, including 3 children, injured in Florida incident.
Fucking hell.
Took place on Memorial Day.
I can't imagine what it's like, even for the parents sending your child off to school to be like,
be
potentially, like I would just homeschool them.
I suppose that is a big thing over America now, isn't it?
Probably still wouldn't make a damn difference because
like,
people still,
fuck, like, just because people are patriotic as fuck.
That's what
like,
your buddy he'd said that. He was like, I put this up out on like Twitter or whatever, and someone got back to me and goes, I'm going to save my last bullet for you and put it between your eyes. And he was like, this is the competent gun owners we have in America.
What was it like when you went over? Did you see any guns, or was there any? Sorry to take away from Ross's story, but like, was there any points you were like, "Fuck, this is scary"? Because apparently, can you go into like supermarkets and buy guns? Like?
You literally go in and buy them, like a Walmart.
Yeah,
and buy rifles.
My uncle took us into a shop, and I think it was a Dick's Sporting Goods. No, it wasn't. It was another like sports shop, but you could see all the guns and all. But I think they were more like shotguns and rifles and stuff, you know, and you want your like machine guns and stuff like that there. But that was the only real place I seen them. I didn't really see anyone like carrying them or anything.
I don't think I've ever seen a gun in real life. Like,
I have
maybe like clay shooting or something, but like I can't even remember what it looks like.
I watched somebody put a cow down with a gun.
You've
like
had a traumatic life.
Gun like a rifle, like.
Yeah,
just bang.
Scary one.
Is it?
Just being in the presence of someone shooting a gun. He was like, the cow was like dying, like, and had to be put down, like, so he just put it to his head, and I was there, like,
holy fuck,
bang, like the echo of it and just the smell of like gunpowder. It's fucking, and like,
I bet it was just dead silence after.
Literally, like, you can see the life drain out of the thing. Like, it is the most. It's the most awful experience ever. Like, I do not know how anyone could own a gun. Like, it's just scary.
Therapy session. Holy moly.
Yeah.
That's mad. I just think it's mad.
Shay stand there covering your dad for the farm or something, and you're like, well, doctor, how's the cow doing? I hate to tell you, mucker.
I don't know.
That's where Bessie's going to bear future.
Bessie, no! That's mad, though.
Oh, no.
But yeah, didn't really see much of it in America. Texas is like free holster state where you can just walk about with it in your pocket.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Like, why? What is the need? Like? Why do you need to do that? Like?
I think my cousin was telling me he went to... Was it Dallas or somewhere around? I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but he went to America, like.
Yeah.
And I think he was in a bar one night, and there was like they heard a shooting and all.
Fuck. It's probably scary. Like, it could happen.
But
like,
can you imagine? Like,
there,
would you ever go out in Belfast or wherever and be like, oh, it's one of these bikes could have a gun? Like?
I know. Like, you'd be thinking maybe a fucking knife, like, but the fact someone could legally be walking into a nightclub or something with a gun. Like.
Can you actually just go in anywhere with a gun now?
I think unless like they prohibit guns in the place, like I think so. Like. Yeah, like there's loads at the time we were there. There's like loads of. Aoife always gets like a magnet wherever she goes, so there's like loads of magnets that said, "We don't call the police. We just sell them matters yourselves." And there's like a gun on the wee magnet
cool,
in Texas. Like.
So bougie.
Well, that's fucking mad.
But funny, I didn't actually see anything, but they probably have them hidden under their clothes and stuff too. Like. Scary shit.
I feel like we've really brought it home now.
Just get rid of them. Like.
But I just don't understand that. Like I just think.
I think.
How far does it
So
have to go?
here's the
like?
thing:
Yeah.
there's still gun attacks and like knife crime and stuff in the UK, and I think like, but the rate's a lot lower, and I think they really need to. I think the first step that America could probably take is the big boys, like there's no need.
No.
Like
for a semi-automatic fucking G36C.
You could understand like all this, like all the amendments and stuff that Americans have and stuff for carrying a concealed firearm if that's what they want to do. But there is absolutely no need for someone who, with very little background checks, is able to walk in and go, "Yeah, give me that AR-15 with an extended magazine. Oh, what are you going to do with that this weekend? Oh, nothing.
Just chill.
Just chilling."
Yeah, I actually seen an Ottawa.
Do you know what I mean? Like, but this is the mad thing. Have you ever, like, we don't have the access that they have, right? And then they do this argument where it's like, oh well, you know, we have this and we have that, and but you're sitting here. When has it ever crossed your mind? And if it does cross your mind, we've more worrying, pressing things to talk about. You're lying here at night and you go, Bruna, you know what I might do tomorrow? Head to Asda and buy a gun.
You shouldn't even
I know,
buy like a taser here. Like,
No. Pepper spray, I'm pretty sure is legal here.
or
too,
you can't even buy batteries off the internet.
You go to, I remember whenever we were younger going up to like the joke shops in Port Ross or Port Stewart, and they had BB guns, and they were literally in like an over 18 section out the back.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's illegal to actually sell them unless they're spray painted like 50% orange or something.
That sex shop in Derry, you weren't allowed in it unless you were over 18.
Yeah.
And like,
It's fucking mad. Hey? It's mad.
Yeah. But that's just what the whole thing is,
You know
like
what I
that them laws were made at the times where like there were rifles and you would have had to like load the bullet in the top and like clean out the barrel and like shove the gunpowder down like to take one shot.
Aye.
Whereas now you're fucking rocking up with a G36C.
It's just the kids getting like
It's upsetting,
school
yeah.
shootings, like mad.
Ridiculous. Huh? Sort it out.
Moving on.
they're absolutely like, have you seen this new drug in America? Xylazine, it's called.
No.
They're calling it the zombie drug.
Right.
Right. So basically, there was a first death. I think it was in the UK actually to the zombie drug, but basically, it's this like. Hold on, to try and find it. It's this like drug. It's called xylazine, right? Which is also known as trank or trank dope.
Like horse trank.
When combined with heroin or fentanyl, is a sedative used on large animals for pain relief and muscle relaxation.
So like
it's not.
ketamine, is it?
It's not fit for human consumption
Is
in
that not
any
what
dose.
ketamine is it not like how
It's
horse
horse
Like a
trank,
horse
isn't it?
trank, yeah. But when injected into a person's body, it can cause a dangerously slow heart rate and large open skin wounds like ulcers and abscesses, right? But like over the long term, the wounds can like spread over a person's arms, legs, but it can actually like cause the skin to decay.
Jesus.
So like there's this videos come out, and it's been a thing for a while, but there's this videos come out about like this certain street in America, and basically they're just walking down the street and everyone is just off their flipping tits on this xylazine, but like they're all hunched over. Like there's actually a guy hunched over like this just walking, and they're calling it this zombie drug. Like there's
Philadelphia,
people
is it?
literally like lying on the streets.
Like
That's
Shaun
what
of the Dead
you-
vibes.
There's places like that in San Francisco though. My uncle would took us around them, and like you could see like the homeless camps and stuff, all the tents inside. Like say like a street out there, there
Yeah.
could be like a tent set up. Like.
Yeah.
There was actually one right on like the main like pier in San Francisco. So this guy had like a tent on the side of the road, like a literal like 4-man tent. Like.
Yeah.
And he's inside, and you walk past it, and the smell of shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And he's like, "Oh, he probably shits in there. Like. He's probably got a pot and he shits in there." And I mean, it's like walking up. It's like you're in Victoria Square, like, and just a wee path on the side of the road. He has a full tent set up, like. And then there was other places like under bridges and stuff, and you could just see people like just fucking heads high, like just not even there. Like.
But apparently they're calling
Scary,
it an
like.
epidemic now, like it's a proper like shit, this is an issue, like.
Yeah.
But why are people taking that? Like? What's the high? Like, what's...
It's lowers your heart rate, like the dangerously low level. So it's kind of like an intense like high.
Fuck me.
Where people are just zoned out. But like at the end of the day, I just don't get it. Like if someone came along to me and was like, here, do you want to try this? Lowers your heart rate, but in a couple of days time you'll have wee blotches in your arm of rotten flesh. I'd be like,
no thanks.
Throw me a couple over there. Love to try it.
Where has your life got to that you want to start those?
Epidemics. What have you?
Speaking of death.
Thanks for listening to the podcast.
So away me.
This is on Queensland News in Australia. So there's a pizza chain called Hell Pizza Chain.
Right.
They've launched a new afterlife pay scheme to eat pizzas now and pay when you die. So the restaurant selected 666 Aussie applicants to participate in what they say is a protest against the schemes of trapping consumers into spiralling debt. They've launched a devilish new buy now, pay later scheme in which customers can pay for their pizza after they die. So what they've done, they're giving away like 666
pizzas.
Not pizzas, no, they're giving away applications. This is how many they're like allowing.
Right.
So people can like go in, buy or not even buy a pizza, pick up a pizza, whatever they want for the rest of their life. Literally. Don't have to pay for it. And then they've got this like written into their will. So once they die, but there's also interest on it. It's like 10% interest. So like all their pizzas that they've bought over the years will be added up, and then the pizza place will take it out of their will once they die. So they don't pay for it until they're dead. Like. So you never have to pay for pizza again.
That's
good idea or not?
I don't know. No. Like, can the business last that long?
I know, that's what I was thinking. It's like, what if somebody lives for another 50 years? Like, is it going to be about like
you think the likes of us, 25?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, say on
up,
average,
like, is it going to be going in 60 years? Like,
yeah.
Say a pizza's $15. There's what 52 weeks in a year.
Yeah.
Times 52. That's 780. Times say, let's say you live for 40 years. 31,000.
Fuck.
Plus
like why would you eat anything else?
Interest, 34,000, 32.
I could see them being out of business very soon.
Would you take the risk,
of what?
Like, would you sign up risking the fact that they might go out of business? Though I think I would.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I'd take it if you got it.
Like, would you like if there was one here? Would you sign up, like taking the risk that they'll probably go out of business before you die? Like, so
what would be the risk if they did go out of business? You just got free pizza.
If they didn't,
you wouldn't have to
that
pay.
money would be gone. Like.
I would say it's well set up.
Like if there's interest on that, like
yeah, it's 10% interest over whatever.
But how do they make? Like how do they make? Well, I suppose if it's only a select amount.
Yeah, there's only 666 people.
666 people, and they start struggling.
But then
people start going missing and shit.
Still, like fuck, 60
he's probably
years
set for life once people start dying.
Yeah,
like that's all going to start rolling in, and that's going to last the owner forever. Like.
But then you think of inflation as well.
No, that's true too. I suppose that's where your interest comes into it.
Like how much is the pizza going to be in 50 years? Like?
That's true. But then there could be people down in the next 10 years. I'd say they've really selectively done it, and they've only picked like older people.
I regret with heart disease.
Bad health problems.
I regret to inform you, Dad's passed away in his sleep last night.
Or they start spiking the pizzas and all that.
He's left behind 95,000 in the will, and 78,000 of that is going to Papa John's.
But that's what I mean.
But you're taking a risk there too.
Like you think if you want to have kids or whatever,
you're risking nothing. You're dying.
But like, guys, I have $1 million in my will that's going to use, and then it turns out you spent like fucking say $500,000 on pizzas, and then the interest has brought it up to $1 million. Sorry, you aren't getting fuck all because it's going to this pizza guy. Like.
In fact, you have to pay us now.
You owe them money now. You're forever in debt.
What are you working for? I'm absolutely flat out here taking on extra jobs. Why my dad had a mad pizza debt, paying it off £280 a month. That's madness.
Yeah, but it's all in protest of like people who are now like setting up all these finance things, like say car payments and stuff, and they're getting fucked over like with the interest. Like.
It is bad.
I suppose it brings a light to that, like, but
it's good PR stunt.
Good PR stunt.
We're in Ireland and we're talking about it.
I seen this guy the other day on TikTok, and he was one of them ones that like he's on this podcast and they're asking him about his like secret to success, and he's like, I never cook. He was like, I don't have time to cook. He's like, and people always ask me, like my dad, he's like, son, you must spend so much money cooking. And I just have to like put it in perspective for him. I'm like, Dad, I have to go downstairs, pay the valet.
I've seen that.
Take my G-Wagon across the state, find a place to park. Once I park, I need to grab my trolley, go in, round, spend countless hours shopping for deals. Then I have to buy the plastic bags, put the bags in my car. Then I have to drive across, probably have to fill up my G-Wagon because of this. And then I have to pay the valet again, haul my stuff upstairs, pack it all in the fridge.
Yes, I know.
And people are like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
I've seen
That's probably fair enough though. Because
shut your...
that's a bit extreme.
What he's saying,
what he's saying is a bit extreme with the valet and all, but in fairness, like if you're buying food, like say it takes you an hour to cook food in the evenings and you're getting paid, say like stupid money, like say 60 quid an hour, why don't you just work another hour, get another 60 quid and get a takeaway that night for 30
you
quid?
look at Premier League footballers, like they have chefs in the house, like they have chefs who cook them dinner like every day.
Like you probably
Like
get to a
that
point
is
where your
like,
time becomes so important, like
I was even
expense wise,
watching, you know, Good,
it costs you.
Yeah.
the golf channel, like a huge golf channel on YouTube. Like, they moved into the house and they're like, we don't use the cooker. They're like, we don't cook.
Yeah.
We've got beers or whatever in the fridge, like, but we don't use the cooker, like, because we don't ever cook. We just always eat out.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to just have enough money where you're just like, you don't have to worry about
Just
See,
dine it.
Jackmate done a thing the other, I think was it Jackmate? He done like his delivery things for the last year, and he had something like 600 delivery
Oh, it
orders in a
was
year.
Chip from Meet the Fellas.
Oh yes, it was something like £30,000.
Yeah.
In fact,
That's a salary, like that's a good, decent salary.
then he's all like I'm probably ordering for a lot of people sometimes, like, or then he'd be like, oh, I'd get groceries too, and like probably fucking
I should say
£30 of groceries.
You
from
can
Milka.
deliver a vape now.
I'd say I'd be second enough if I looked at my delivery, what I've spent in the past year.
I'm telling you
I'd say
something.
be surprised though.
I think you deliver a vape.
I don't think I would.
I think
The
you would.
shop's too close.
Lad.
You'd have to be
no.
You
devastated.
have to have absolute.
I could see you dying here one day and the vape running out and you
Oh,
go
You
yeah,
at least get two though, like you wouldn't even, or something else.
No.
Like you couldn't just get the
I
vape
couldn't
delivered, like.
justify that. Like.
At least get a bottle of water or something. Like.
Bottle of water to wash down the nicotine.
They're gonna ring you and be like, "Lad, we're not delivering that to you. Like, no chance."
I'd be so happy though if you could like have enough money where you just eat out all the time. Could you imagine being retired and just every night you're just in a restaurant, wee bottle of wine?
Be sick, like.
No bad.
That's the thing, like. How much is a meal out, like? Say 50, 60 quid, like.
Yeah.
If you're making that an hour, like, you're not cooking, you're going out.
How
every
much
night.
would you ever think about like just eating out all the time? No? Like,
I think if
you had a load of money, like say you
Yeah.
had like not like ridiculously rich, but like you could do it. Would you do it? No?
Probably
Yeah.
do it more. Wouldn't do it all the time though.
I would fuck.
I think there's
I
something
think I'd
nice
do it all.
about. I think there's something nice about preparing your own food. Like
If you get to the point where your time is more valuable to do an hour than an hour's cooking, like, you're gonna do it then. Like.
Yeah.
If
I
you were
would, like.
comfortable, like,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, I could order this. I don't think like you wouldn't want to be eating fast food.
No,
every
no,
day,
yeah,
like.
yeah.
But if you could order decent food every day, like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
I
cooked.
definitely do that. Like.
wee
Yeah.
chef.
Well, like to be fair, people do them people do them sort of gym meals where they'll get like pay like a certain amount a month. Like you did that for a while,
Yeah,
where you got meals delivered where it was basically like covered you the whole day.
yeah.
Impacts.
That's what I
Yeah.
was thinking too.
But like that's the thing. You
Andy was
what
cooking
you
for
said.
you.
yeah, but like you don't obviously pay like a subscription fee for that. But like I
Yeah.
get it, but
You're just too good a chef. Like you're just.
I'm not saying I'm good. I'm not a good chef. I'm crap at cooking. But at the same, like
That's
I'm
it
not-
too. Like,
some
you
of
can
the-
make
some
a
of the
meal in the
stuff,
evening.
some of the stuff Lucinda makes is unbelievable. And then me coming home the other day,
Same.
I was like, "Oh, do you want a toasty?" I done a sourdough
that's it, like,
sourdough
do you want
toasty in the
that's
air
sourdough,
fryer.
The food you could
And
be
I was
making is
proper, like-
subpar. Like,
Like
You're
slice,
like,
I
do you want a
sliced-
toasty? And she's like, no. And you're like, oh, but sourdough bread.
I
And she's
sli-
like, oh my god.
Yeah,
yes.
I got sourdough bread and a slice of tomato. Seen it on your guy. What you call the guy? He's from here. Does all the air fryer books.
Oh, bored of lunch.
Board of Lunch. Seen him and he done like a sourdough thing where he like sliced like tomato and put it on the top. I did it. It was absolute shit, mate. It was
You
awful.
just slice it.
I give it
The
to her.
tomato
She
goes
was like,
in the sandwich, not on the
no,
outside.
but he to put it on top and like put cheese over the top of it. So like when it came out, like, but we only had wee mini tomatoes, so like. And I didn't put the proper amount of cheese on it, so I couldn't get the bloody thing.
She couldn't even see the tomato. It was just covered in cheese. Like.
But here, it's the thought that counts, isn't it?
that's the main thing.
Just leave your G-Wagon at home and order in.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck's sake, lad.
Get flipping
Sort of.
your mano to come round with the delivery order.
Leave the Civic in the drive.
Yeah, exactly.
Deliver me.
Lucinda, what are you doing cooking dinner tonight? You don't. This will probably cost me more money getting in the Civic and driving across Ballymena to try and get food for you.
The oven's only a centerpiece in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here.
Well, that's us.
That's us for this week. We've
That
covered.
was
a
all.
lot. We've covered a lot of topics, from Schofield to death to
Dan.
dying to
And living.
reservoirs being drained. It's been an absolute pleasure, guys.
I've loved
Like,
you
guys,
listening.
it's been a pleasure.
Here, and if we'll see you next week, there'll be a solo episode dropping next week. Enjoy the weather while it lasts. Get your tan. Get out, and all that there.
Get your
Anything to add,
tan out.
lads?
Get your tan out. Be safe in the sun, guys.
Be
Apply
safe.
sun cream regularly.
And in 2 weeks' time, we will be sunbathing in Cancun.
Cancun.
That's 2 guesses this week.
That's two.
Never mind.
Oh, guess it's next week.
Anyway, cheers for listening. Until the
Cheers,
next one.
hey.
Bye-bye.
Good luck.
Bye.